Hey, it's Allison here, your food therapist, and let me be the first to say you survived Thanksgiving. It's over. I don't know if you went out of town this year, if your family came to you, but regardless, it's done and over with. But let me guess, today you're feeling a little bit drained. Emotionally drained, physically drained, emotionally, mentally, you're just feeling irritable. Do you know why that is? I know the reason. The reason you're feeling this way is because you had to spend all this time with your parents who are not treating you like an adult. Believe it or not, now that you're an adult, the relationship with your parents, it actually needs to be different. The dynamics need to change. But parents typically don't like this. They don't like the idea of things changing. They like to be in control. They like to have all the say. But the truth of the matter is, it needs to change. And you need to be the one to change it. Because you're feeling so bad, you have to be the one to change it. So I know you're thinking, Allison, I don't know how to do that. I'm here to give you the perfect cooking therapy solution to fix that problem. And it is with my homemade pumpkin spice latte. This drink is so good, and it's so much better than any drink you're going to get in the store, I promise. Okay, so let me give you the steps on how to fix this so you can also come up with a way to fix dealing with your parents as an adult. Okay, first step, you're going to take your milk. You're going to dump this into a small saucepan like I have right here. See if you can see this. I'm dumping in a cup of milk. I'm also adding some sugar, some vanilla and pumpkin pie spice. My vanilla is sticking. So this is your step one here of your cooking therapy recipe. And you're going to put this over a hot stove and you're going to let this just come to a nice boil. You don't want the milk to boil over because then it's going to mess up your stove, but you want to get it nice and heated through. So you're going to whisk this. Now, while you're doing this step, I want you to think about what specifically is the problem you're having with your parents. Now, I know this might sound juvenile. Forgive me for that, but I want you to seriously sit down and think about what is the actual problem I'm having. Think about themes. Think about the most recent interactions you've had with them. Think about Thanksgiving. What did you guys fight about? What were the common things that you felt frustrated about? Now, the reason I want you to think about all of those situations is because I want you to think about the themes, because in the themes lies what's really going on, right? So come up with those themes. Think about them. Figure out what it is. So what I'm doing here, as you can hear me, is I'm whisking this. Can you see the solution? I'm whisking it really, really good. I'm heating it through and it's whisking. If the stove is really hot, it's not going to take very long. So I'm going to whisk this so it's nice and frothy, and then I'll pour it into my cup right here. Okay, now during this step, step two, I'm going to come up with something that might be difficult for you to do, but what I want you to do is I want you to look at this problem that you're having with your parents from their perspective. So think about what it is they're dealing with. Are they struggling with something? Are they taking it out on you? Are they having a hard time with the fact that you're an adult? Look at it from their perspective. So I want you to do that while you pour your frothed milk into your cup, just like this, okay? Now the third thing we're going to do is I'm going to grab my coffee, which is right over here, and I'm going to take a quarter cup of hot boiled coffee. I'm going to pour this right in. Now during this third step, you're going to commit to what changes you want to make in the relationship. So go ahead and say these changes. What are you willing to do? What are the changes you want to make to fix your relationship? Because when it comes to making changes in a relationship, you have to own that some of this might be on you too, right? So come up with what you decide to do, what changes you want to make. That's step three. Step four, I'm going to take some whipped cream here, because what's a latte without whipped cream? I'm going to pour this on, just like that. And during this step, you're going to pick up the phone and you're going to call your parents. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're panicking. You're like, oh my God, I have to call my parents. Yes, I want you to call them. Just have your nice drink right here. And I want you to talk about all the things you just came up with. I want you to be honest, firm, and very direct. And I want you to tell them how you've been feeling. You want to say, I've recognized that over the last few times you've hung out, blah, blah, blah. Tell them exactly how you've been feeling. Tell them what commitments to change you want to make, and tell them how you can see that from their perspective, it might be difficult for them as well. So you're going to tie all three steps of making this recipe into your conversation, and you're going to see that they're going to look at you as an adult, and they're going to be able to see that you are willing to make some changes, and overall, the relationship will begin to change. You just have to make the steps. So go ahead and check out my blog, get this recipe, and I can't wait to hear how it